dribble it out. Final seconds here at Oracle Arena. It's official, number 73. The greatest regular season in NBA history.
We don't have any room for error. Our ultimate goal is obviously a championship.
The Warriors will have a chance to play for their third NBA championship.
These are your champions, 2016, the Golden State Warriors.
They clearly could not stop the Golden State Warriors.
They'll take a 2-0 lead in these NBA Finals.
And the Cavaliers have battled their way right back into this final series.
41 in back-to-back finals game.
Well, LeBron facing elimination obviously doesn't faze you.
And we will have a Game 7 in Oakland.
Irving and Curry, one-on-one. Irving puts it up.
Legends are created from those who make valiant comebacks. When it came to the 2016 NBA Finals, it was the Cleveland Cavaliers that were hailed heroes, and LeBron James who became a bigger legend than ever before. Although they made back-to-back runs to the NBA Finals and shattered records along the way, a season that the team lost only 9 times, all those wins were far as from celebrated because at the end, when it all mattered, they choked. Instead, it was LeBron James, Kyrie Irving, and Kevin Love who triumphantly won and thus were considered the protagonist in the story, which they did warrant appreciation as they brought the city of Cleveland their first NBA championship since the 1960s. Yes, the last time the city had a parade for sports was when the Cleveland Browns won the Super Bowl in 1964. But what about the other side of the story? What about the perspective of the team that shattered the 1996 Chicago Bulls record of 72 wins and 10 losses? What about the perspective of the man that completely changed the way the modern NBA played the game of basketball? Well, in this video, we're going to be looking at the story of the 2016 NBA Finals from the Golden State Warriors perspective. And before we get to the content, I wanted to give a special shout out to my friend 5 Points Vids, who did a similar video to this for when the New England Patriots came back 28-3 against the Atlanta Falcons in the Super Bowl. Make sure you check him out and leave a like, consider subscribing and turning on our notifications on this channel, and check out our other socials in the description down below. Now that we got all that out of the way, cue the intro. Mic check 1 2 1 2. Leading into the last series of the 2015 to 2016 NBA season was a finals rematch, the Cleveland Cavaliers against the Golden State Warriors. The hometown hero, Cleveland's own son, LeBron James, had returned from his sunny title-filled vacation in South Beach with a mission to bring happiness back to the sad sports town of Cleveland. His first attempt in 2015 was thwarted from a youthful team from Oakland. Now in 2016, he had to get through the Golden State Warriors' sharpshooting lineup again, but would have some help as Kyrie Irving was back from missing the last finals due to injury. It would be beyond a tough task, though, as time around Golden State seemed even better than in their previous championship season. Far from being hungover after celebrating their dynasty's first NBA championship in 2015, Golden State, who suddenly had a much larger fan base, funny how that happens, started the 2015 to 2016 NBA season with 24 wins and 0 losses. This run was without their head coach Steve Kerr, who was recovering from back surgery, as Luke Walton served as head coach from October 27, 2015 to January 20th, 2016. Then, when Steve Kerr returned, the Golden State Warriors just kept on winning, finishing the regular season with the most wins in NBA history, 73 victories. Steve Kerr, Golden State's leader, had been there and done that. He became accustomed to winning, securing 5 NBA championships as a key role player in the NBA. Now in present day, he had a shiny new ring as a head coach just a year before when the Golden State Warriors downed the Cleveland Cavaliers. For this season, he was on a mission to make it back-to-back championships against Cleveland. During the regular season and the NBA playoffs, Steve Kerr coached the undersized but already champion Warriors to spread the floor. This created an open man behind the arc scheme, and those players, specifically Stephen Curry, made an overwhelming amount of threes. Steph Curry was the all-around player as well. He had led the league in points, three-point percentage, and steals. Although his defense could be a little better at times, that was masked by the Golden State Warriors defensive scheme. He had been the first ever unanimous NBA MVP in 2015 and was still improving. In 2016, Steph Curry averaged 30.1 points per game on 50, 45, and 90 shooting, and the Golden State Warriors also had Klay Thompson too, and a handful of other great players to complement the duo: Draymond Green, Harrison Barnes, and former #1 overall pick Andrew Bogut, and the bonus of a very deep and talented bench. In the Western Conference Finals, the Golden State Warriors had a tough test against a duo that were better than Batman and Robin together: Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook. This was back when they both sported those blue Thunder jerseys, which seems like decades ago but was really just 5 years ago. With Golden State down 3-1 to the Oklahoma City Thunder, Klay Thompson and Steph Curry did what they did best, and they started sinking shots at a very rapid rate. Thompson in Game 6 of the Western Finals notched 41 points, followed by Curry in Game 7 with 36 points. It was on to the finals again for the Dubs. In the highly anticipated NBA Finals rematch, the Golden State Warriors would need to be sharp and defensively shut down LeBron James and Kyrie Irving while keeping an eye on Kevin Love as well. To start the 2016 NBA Finals, even with the home court advantage, Klay Thompson and Steph Curry did not shoot the ball well in Game 1, combining for only 20 points. But the Golden State Warriors had depth on the bench, with Sean Livingston playing Game 1 hero by scoring a career-high 20 points. Klay Thompson and Steph Curry got out of their funk when it mattered by hitting back-to-back threes towards the end of the game, and Golden State pulled away with the Game 1 win. And Game 2 would build off of that momentum. Early in the game, the Golden State Warriors were down 28-22, but then started rolling with a 20-2 run and making Cleveland look like a junior high school varsity team heading into halftime. Draymond Green notched 28 points and went 5 of 8 from three-point range. Steph Curry and Klay Thompson both hit 4 threes as well. The 104-89 win in Game 1 and the 110-77 win in Game 2 was the highest scoring margin in the first 2 NBA Finals games ever. Probably the most impressive part of Game 2 was the Golden State Warriors picked gritty assist man and future Hall of Famer LeBron James's pocket numerous times by forcing him to 7 turnovers. In Game 3, the Golden State Warriors didn't do a great job of guarding LeBron James and Kyrie Irving, with both LeBron James posting 32 points and Irving putting up 30. Curry led the Warriors with 19 points, 4 shots being from behind the arc. The Dubs bench tried to rescue the down starters, with Harrison Barnes being a key 6th man, contributing 18 points in 33 minutes of play, but the Golden State Warriors couldn't get past the Cavaliers, who won by 30 points. Curry had laser eyes and kept his hand in the cookie jar in Game 4, sinking 7 threes and scoring 38 points. Now the reigning champions are up 3-1 and just need one more win, which should be easy, right, as not a single NBA team has come back down 3-1 in the NBA Finals. Well, this time the Warriors ended up being wrong, as soon the momentum would shift dramatically. Admittedly so, the Cleveland Cavaliers had some outside help as the league reviewed Draymond Green and LeBron James getting tied up near midcourt in Game 4. Zooming in, they realized Draymond Green gave a nonchalant groin shot to LeBron James while he was getting up. Green was retroactively assessed a flagrant 1, and since he had also kneed Steven Adams from the OKC Thunder, he would miss a finals game. Draymond Green, who had 28 points in Game 2, was now suspended for Game 5 because he had 4 total flagrant fouls in the playoffs. Steph Curry was famously quoted when asked about Draymond Green's lack of playing time in Game 5 due to his flagrant action, saying, "No one will remember this down the road if we get this done tomorrow night." So that's all we really need to talk about. I'm sure the guys icing their nuts will always remember what Draymond Green did, but in Game 5 of the 2016 NBA Finals, finals, the Golden State Warriors' bad luck continued as they lost a key component in their defense as 1 minute into the third quarter, Andrew Bogut suffered bone bruises in both of his knees. He would exit the game and would wind up missing the rest of the series. The Golden State Warriors would surrender 41 points to both Kyrie Irving and LeBron James, and Golden State's mission of securing the Larry O'Brien trophy just became a lot more difficult as they finished with only 97 points and, more importantly, a huge loss. With Andrew Bogut on the floor, the Cleveland Cavaliers averaged 95.8 points per game, and without Bogut playing in the paint with those big arms blocking the basket, the Cavaliers would be able to put up 106.7 points per game. But even more importantly, the Cleveland Cavaliers were able to send this series back to their home at Quicken Loans Arena. And in Game 6, the Golden State Warriors would not be able to stop LeBron James as he easily scored 41 points. Then more nightmares for Golden State as Steph Curry, who had 30 points, fouled out with 4 minutes and 22 seconds left in the game, and the Warriors were down by 12 points. Then the reigning MVP became mentally broken, throwing his mouthpiece which hit a fan, and the final result of that game was 115 for the Cleveland Cavaliers to 101 for the Golden State Warriors. Curry was not the only one getting all riled up as panic was starting to ensue as it would all come down to Game 7. Then it happened. Steph Curry went absolutely cold when it mattered the most, and he started coughing up the ball with his turnover margin becoming larger than his assist margin. Cue the horror film screams because his shooting percentage sank and sank. In the final 3 games of the NBA Finals, it would be 36.7%. With that tidbit, we are now back in Oracle Arena for Game 7, and from the fans' perspective, it is one of those heart-stopping events. 20 lead changes and 11 ties. Even those who aren't interested in the NBA are thinking this is quite a basketball game taking place in Oakland, California. With less than 1 minute remaining in the game and the score tied at a surprisingly low score of 89. In fact, the score had read 89-89 for the past 3 minutes and 46 seconds. The Warriors stuck to their game plan, but this time it wasn't working. They tried moving the ball until they got a 3-point look, and they did with Andre Iguodala aiming from the corner. But instead of scoring 3, his shot banked into LeBron James, who resembled a tight end in football, going up for a rebound. At the same time, Steph Curry forgets he's playing basketball and gets a foul for hip-checking LeBron James on the way down. LeBron James is not the only one playing some outstanding defense, as he had posted a triple-double as well. Only the third player to do so since Jerry West did it in 1969 and James Worthy did it in 1988. With Draymond Green returned from his suspension and telling himself not to knee anyone in the nads, he is back to Game 2 form with 32 points and 14 rebounds. Draymond Green becomes wide open at the 2 minute and 14 second mark, but is cooled off as the ball bounces off the rim and out of bounds, and no Warrior can get an offensive rebound as LeBron James is teaching a masterclass lesson on how to box out. During that scoring drought by both teams, the Cleveland Cavaliers couldn't find points either. A LeBron James layup attempted is blocked by Andre Iguodala, which was probably a foul, but thankfully the referees are letting the boys play. Then Kevin Love misses short on a jump hook, and LeBron James misses his own hook in a one-on-one attempt with 1 minute and 28 seconds remaining. At the 1 minute and 15 second mark, Steph Curry pulls back for a 3 on Kyrie Irving, but misses terribly as his shot doesn't even hit the rim. With just over 1 minute remaining in the game, the Golden State Warriors star, Steph Curry, only has 17 points, is 6 of 17 from the field, and 4 of 12 from 3-point range with 5 rebounds and 2 assists. Steph Curry is not just cold, he is frozen. He's not the only one either, as typically his counterpart, Klay Thompson, who had been hot, has shot 2 of 10 from the perimeter in this winner-takes-all Game 7. With 53 seconds left, LeBron James is just hanging out in the corner as this is a pick-and-roll play that will literally pick on Steph Curry. Curry is matched up with Kyrie Irving, the Cavs' former #1 overall pick in 2011. Irving, who had been playing in LeBron's shadow most of the season, had 9 points in the first half and came back to life with 14 points in the second half. He sinks the three and puts the Cavaliers up by 3 with less than 1 minute left in the game. Steve Kerr does not call a timeout, which was probably a poor decision because his star, Steph Curry, might have needed a minute to meditate or at least catch his breath because he was literally costing the Golden State Warriors the NBA championship. Coming fresh off of being beat at his own game, Steph Curry decides to take it himself and is matched up against the much larger Kevin Love, who shows some amazing agility and defense for a man of his size. Kevin Love forces Steph Curry to take an off-balance 3. That 3 bounces off the rim with LeBron James snagging the oh-so-important rebound. The Warriors had trouble getting boards with Andrew Bogut out. At the 21-second mark, the Cavaliers nearly turn over the ball, but recover with the ball near midcourt. The Warriors, with a foul to give, decide to use it. Barnes fouls LeBron James, and it ends up being a poor decision as it gives them 3 extra seconds. On the Cavaliers' next possession, the Warriors foul LeBron James as he attempts a Space Jam-like dunk. James misses his first free throw but makes the second. The Cavaliers are now up 4 with 10.6 left in the game. Warriors fans standing and most wearing bright yellow with color draining from their faces. They do not look good. Even after the timeout, the inbound play that is drawn up ends up messy and the ball is all over the place. This time, Cleveland doesn't take a chance as most on the Warriors roster can be a sharpshooter from anywhere, so the Cavs give up their last foul with 6.5 seconds remaining. On the inbound, Steph Curry gets past and with barely a hand in his face, takes a 3 and it bounces off the right side of the rim. The Golden State Warriors finally get an offensive rebound, but it is too late as Spades takes it back behind the arc, shooting a 3 that wouldn't matter anyway as time expires. After having the best NBA regular season of all time, officially becomes the first NBA team to blow a 3-1 series lead in the NBA Finals. "We're stunned," said Steve Kerr. "We thought we were going to win." Curry, during exit interviews, also reflected on the loss, saying, "My daughters are still young enough that they know they're going to dad's game, but they don't know the result. They get in the car yesterday and I had a moment. I told Riley we didn't win, and she looked at me and said, 'I know, it's okay.' And I used that moment to, in sports, you win some, you lose some. We had a great night as a family. Everybody that came to the game with me, we went back to the house. It wasn't as lively as a celebration get-together would have been, but it was still a moment to appreciate all the good things that have happened along the way, on and off the court, in keeping that perspective. This game means a lot to us as players and the fans and everybody that has a vested interest in the game. But at the end of the day, there's still life, and you can still win at life knowing we didn't get a championship this year." That offseason, another individual that blew a 3-1 series lead in the Western Conference Finals opted to join the Golden State Warriors to give them the boost they needed to win their rematch in 2017. The Warriors and Cavs met for a third time with Golden State up 3-1, and although the memes and Twitter one-liners about Golden State possibly blowing it again filled smartphone screens, this time it was different. The Golden State Warriors, thanks to the addition of Kevin Durant, who alongside Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, and Draymond Green made the Big Four, they got it done. And this time, the Golden State Warriors could celebrate on their home court, becoming the first sports franchise to win a championship at home in Oakland since the A's did it in 1974. So you see, there is a happy ending after all.